Hey, this is Lisa Alford with SoJax. Are you looking to buy a home or maybe even invest in a home? Well, there are a few things that every home buyer should know before taking the plunge. You can prevent unexpected costs after closing by checking on these things first. In fact, I'm going to tell you that you should probably at least find out initially a little bit of information about these 6 items before you even go under contract. Before we get started, if you would please give this video a good thumbs up and subscribe so that you don't miss any more of my videos. These 6 items that I'm going to tell you about today, I know I mentioned to you that you should check on these things before you even go under contract. A lot of agents would argue, go ahead and go under contract and then let your home inspector find out about these 6 things and you can really dig deeper into them. And that's true. But in order to prevent you from finding out things that maybe you wouldn't have put a contract on this house to begin with, if you had known about them in advance, I'm going to tell you that maybe you should go ahead and ask about them before you go under contract. Oh, and hey, while you're watching, please be sure to stick around to the end, because at the very end I'm going to give you a special surprise just for watching. And why would you want to know about them before you go under contract? Well, when you go under contract, there's a lot of emotional stuff that kind of goes on about it, and you're putting down earnest money, and you're putting down money for inspections, and you're putting down money for appraisals, and so there's a lot of emotional ties and expenses that go along with going under contract on a home. So by finding out about these 6 items in advance, maybe we can save you some heartache or give you some more assurances into the home that you're buying. Okay, so let's get started. Alright, so number 1 on this list, in the state of Florida, it is very important to find out if there were any remodels or additions done to this home before they put it on market. And if there were those additions or remodels permitted? Because in the state of Florida, that's a really big deal. And again, you can find out more about that later, but first of all, let's just find out, were there permits done? Were there any additions and remodels done? If so, were they permitted? Number 2, the date of any electrical or plumbing updates that were done. This is very important as well, especially if you're buying an older home. And if there were any electrical or plumbing updates done, more than likely, once again, in the state of Florida, you probably needed to have permitting done on that. So make sure that whoever did, that they got the permits that were required. Number 3, how old are the appliances? Have there been any major appliance upgrades? What dates were those done on? And have there been any HVAC updates? And what date were those done on? Number 4, are there any additional items that you should know about, like foundational issues? That's a really big one. You want to know about any foundational issues before you go under contract on a home. Okay, so now a lot of agents would argue with you here that that should be in the disclosures that you're going to sign around the same time that you sign the contract. That is true, but let's go ahead and ask about it and just make sure that nobody forgot about something. You know how that goes. Number 5, okay, this is a big one, especially in the state of Florida. How old is your roof? Alright, so we all know that a roof lasts about 20 to 30 years depending on the types of shingles, the types of conditions that you're in, and that kind of thing. So your roof may be just getting old. But more importantly, in the state of Florida, if your roof is over 10 years old, you may have trouble getting insurance on that home. Now, that's not to say that you won't get insurance. You could definitely get insurance. You could be paying a whole lot more for that insurance because your roof is over 10 years old. So this is something that you will want to ask about, and if it is over 10 years old, you might want to check with your insurance agent before you sign that contract. So number 6, how old are your windows, and have there been any updates done on those? Are they the type of windows that you want to have in your home? If not, that's an expensive thing to replace, so just think about that beforehand. Okay, so if you are finding this video helpful, once again, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and ring that little bell so that you don't miss any more of my videos. As I mentioned before, after you ask about those 6 items and you go under contract, you will definitely want to have your home inspector look into those things for you and make sure that they were done properly and that kind of thing. Now, as a special surprise to you, thank you so much for waiting to the end and watching this whole video. As a special surprise to you, I want to give you a free PDF booklet that will go into a whole lot more about these items and why it's so important to ask about them and make sure that they were all done properly. If you would please, down below this video, way down there, there is a link where you can click on and get a copy of that PDF booklet for yourself. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.